Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Here, feel free to comment hi so I know who's joined for trivia night tonight. You can comment whether you're in Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Comment hi in the comment section, so I can know who's joining us. And then we'll begin soon, maybe in about a few minutes, so we can wait for other people to join. Okay, we got Trisha joining. We'll see if anyone else is joining as well. All right, if you're tuning in, feel free to say hello so I know who's playing. We'll be starting trivia night in the next couple minutes. So thank you for your patience if you've been waiting. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're going to be starting in just a second, so whoever's waiting, thank you for your patience. But yeah, feel free to say hi so I know who's tuning in, who's playing trivia night tonight. Okay, I think it is time to start trivia night. Last month when we did trivia night, it was like a Halloween spooky edition. So I was trying to think of a theme for this week, and I was like Thanksgiving, but there's not really a whole lot of musical aspects of Thanksgiving. Um, but I thought I would do some kind of Native American music aspects. So that's the theme, sort of tonight's trivia night. I wasn't able to get all questions to be Native American themed, but there will be some Native American theme music questions. But here we go. We're gonna jump into question one. Question one: which musical genre or style did not originate in North America? So your options are A, songscapes, B, zydeco, C, ragtime, or D, a cappella. So you can comment your answer. Let me move that little caption, I'm sorry. You can comment A, B, C, or D in the comment section. Whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I'll see your response of which musical genre or style did not originate in North America. Do you think the correct answer is A, songscapes, B, zydeco, C, ragtime, or D, a cappella? I'll give you guys a little time to think about it and comment your answer A, B, C, or D. All right, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to look at the answers. It looks like we have Trisha said D, which is correct. Acapella is more, well, it's mostly based out of Greece, but commonly I would say it's a European-based style of music, where songscapes is normally considered to be associated with Native Americans. Zydeco's more Louisiana-based, from the Creole people. So it kind of has some French roots, and ragtime is very, very American. It's kind of um, jazzy, bluesy meets brass instrumentation. But yes, the correct answer was D. So 1 point to Trisha. Good job. Let's go on to the next question. Boop. All right, we're going to listen to some music um, from an American based composer. And this piece is titled Rodeo. And okay, here we're going to listen to it now. Okay, that was the fifth movement from Rodeo, which is called Hoedown, a very American title for a piece. So we have some American-based composers as options. We have A, Aaron Copland, B, Leonard Bernstein, C, Charles Ives, or D, John Adams. So you can type A, B, C, or D for what your guess is of the music we just heard. It looks like Trisha jumped straight into the answer, so I wonder if she already knew the music from the name of the piece. Maybe we gave that away too quickly. But feel free to comment your guess A, B, C, or D, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You can comment your guess in the comment section of who music we just listened to. I'll give you guys a little more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she was correct. It is A. That was Aaron Copland. He wrote Rodeo, and then the fifth movement was Hoedown. Okay, moving on to question 3. Oh, so that would be a point for Trisha. She's got 2 points. All right, question 3. Robbie Robertson was known for his time in the group called The Band and his Native American rock fusion solo albums. But which artist was he also involved with? Was it A, Stevie Nicks, B, Bob Dylan, C, George Harrison, or D, Bruce Springsteen? What other artist was Robbie Robertson also known to work with? Because you may have known him from the band, with their hit, I think it's called The Weight, but it goes like, take a load off Fanny. Um, or maybe you know some of his solo albums, which are a little new agey, but he also infuses some Native American musicalities and with like 80s rock sounds. But also in his musical career, he worked with someone else. Is that A, Stevie Nicks, B, Bob Dylan, C, George Harrison, or D, Bruce Springsteen? I'll give you guys a little more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, it looks like you guys both got it. Trisha says B for Bob Dylan, and so does Natalie, and that's correct. So that we got, let's see, is that 3 points for Trisha? That is 3 points for Trisha and 1 point for Natalie. Let me write this down. I should have been writing it down. Okay, one more second. All right, moving on to question 4. All right, I'm going to struggle to say his last name, but here we go. Jared Impichichachaha Tate is a Native American modern classical composer. We're going to listen to some of the music he composed, and you kind of have to make an educated guess on what the title of the piece is. I don't think he's a household name by any means, but I think the music kind of demonstrates the title of the piece. Also, it is kind of interesting how in his name that little apostrophe is included. That's not a typo by any means. So if you know why that's included, also he's Native American, so I think that has something to do with how they present their names. But if you know why, feel free to comment. But here we go. We're going to listen to this song, and you can guess what the name of the song is. Okay, you heard it, and that is um, just a minute of that 10-minute piece. So it definitely expands and gets more immersive and intense. But what do you guys think is the name of that song? Could it be A, Thunder Song, B, Hymn for the Sky, C, Natural Light, or D, Clouds Over Nature? What do we think is the name from the piece we just heard by Jared Impichicha Chaha Tate, who is a Native American modern classical composer? And if you're just tuning in, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you can comment your guess for what the answer is in the comment section. It's not too late to join and start competing and playing along. I'll give you guys a few more seconds to throw down an answer. You can type A, B, C, or D in the comment section. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, looks like you guys both got it again. That was Thunder Song. I think it sounds like a thunder song. It sounds very thunderous. Um, so congrats. You guys both get a point each. So we have Trisha at 4 points and Natalie at 2. All right, moving on to the next question. Number 5. What is the purpose of this contraption? Is it A, fits in an acoustic guitar sound hole to create reverb? B, it acts as a protective stand for certain brass and wood instruments? C, uses suction to clean the inside of a piano? Or D, imitates the sound or the gobble of a turkey? So you can see that funny looking little thing on the right there. I don't even know how to describe it. Looks very weird. It's like a mix between a plunger and I don't know. It's a very interesting shape. Um, but yes, you can type A, B, C, or D in the comment section of what you think that is. What do you think it does? Um, does it fit an acoustic guitar sound hole to create more reverb? Does it act as a protective stand for certain brass and oh, that should say woodwind instruments, not wood instruments. Goodness. Or C, does it use suction to clean the inside of a piano? Or lastly, D, does it imitate the gobble of a turkey? I'll give you guys just 5 more seconds to comment your guess for what the answer is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the correct answer is D. That is a turkey gobbler call maker. I guess it goes by a lot of different names. But congrats. Looks like both of you guys got the correct answer. And I think we will take this moment in time to check it out in action. So let me swap over to we can watch. Oh, it's called the Thunder Twister Gobble Call. So let me switch windows and we can watch the turkey gobbler in action. Okay, here we go.
For you real quick also.
Oh, there you go.
So there you have it, the Hunter Specialties Thunder Twister.
Okay, we don't need to be sold on it. But yes, you guys saw it, you guys heard it. The turkey gobbler in action. I guess it's mostly using, which is a bummer, but it could be just used to make gobbles around the household. All right, we are moving on to question 6. Um, okay, we're gonna listen to some more music from another American composer, and you're gonna guess the who composed it. So here we go. We're gonna dive in right now. Okay. Um, quite a funny composition we have there, but your turn to guess. Was that A, Philip Glass, B, Steve Reich, C, Eric Whitacre, or D, John Cage? Which American composer that I just listed off was the original composer of the piece of music we just heard? You can type A, B, C, or D for your guess in the comment section below. Was it Philip Glass, Steve Reich, Eric Whitacre, or John Cage? I'll give you guys a few more seconds to comment your guess. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the correct answer was Steve Reich. Steve Reich was very famous for repetition and counterpoint and kind of having multiple instruments playing the same melody or rhythm, but like slightly skewed. So it kind of has this weird echo effect, kind of similar to when you're in elementary school and you're singing what would it be? Row, row, row the boat, and then another kid comes in, 5 seconds later, and there's this kind of roundabout sound to it. But yes, that was Steve Reich. It wasn't John Cage for those who guessed John Cage, or for those who guessed Eric Whitacre. But yeah, everyone on the screen is very like experimental. Philip Glass was very minimalist. Um, I guess you could say that for everyone here. They kind of had a very minimalist approach to music. I think Eric Whitacre went to the same college I went to as well. Okay, moving on to question 7. All right, from approximately the 1700s to the 19th century, what we now consider as a piano was called a forte piano. What does forte piano translate to from Italian to English? Did forte piano mean royal sound? Did it mean soft, loud? Did it mean strong music? Or low, high? Comment A, B, C, or D. Um, I won't give you guys too much time on this one. I feel like it's a very um, simple question. So I'll give you guys just a few more seconds to make your guess on what did forte piano mean, translated from Italian to English. You can comment A, B, C, or D. Type in your answers now. I'll give you guys a few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's see what we got. Got one answer in. And okay. So we got, as our guess, Trisha says D, which is incorrect. The actual answer was soft, loud. Forte meant, um, forte actually means loud, and piano means soft, to kind of demonstrate the so like the range that the piano can create in sounds compared to other instruments at that time didn't really have that dynamic range. Um, and then yeah, forte piano eventually evolved to become the piano that we know today. But it did translate to soft, loud. But low high is a good guess. It's pretty close. Um, Nat, I think I don't think you can change your answer like that, Natalie. So no points. Looks like everyone guessed D for that one. Okay, moving on to question 8. Because you said a D. Or D for the last one. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure if it's the delay of our stream. We'll give Natalie a point because there may have been some delays. So let's do a little point recap. We are at Trisha having 5 points, and Nat has 4. Okay, moving on to question 8. Jimmy Carl Black, who is of Cheyenne descent, a Native American, was part of the Frank Zappa group and the Mothers of Invention, which I guess is kind of related to Frank Zappa entirely. But what was his role in these acts? Was he the bassist, the synth player? Was he a backup vocalist or the drummer? What was Jimmy Carl Black's role in the Frank Zappa group and the Mothers of Invention? And he was the only musician of Native American descent in the group. And I would say also one of the very few Native Americans in rock history as well, but we'll explore more in later questions too. So you can comment A, B, C, or D. Was he the bassist, the synth player, the backup vocalist, or the drummer in the Frank Zappa group and Mothers of Invention? All right, I'll give you a few more seconds to comment your guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Natalie says D, and Trisha says C, but the correct answer is D. He was the drummer, Jimmy Carl Black. He was the drummer in Frank Zappa group and Mothers of Invention. So we got 1 point to Nat, and we are tied up 5-5. Moving on to question 9. Which of these percussion instruments were common in Native American music? A, foot drums, B, water drums, C, powwow drums, or D, all of the above? You can comment A, B, C, or D for your guess of what is the correct answer for which of these percussion instruments were common in Native American music. Just tuning in, You can still comment your answer. You're not too late to join in and play along and compete against the others playing. So, what is the correct answer? A, foot drums. B, water drums. C, powwow drums. Or D, all of the above? I'll give you guys a little more time to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it looks like everyone answered D, all of the above, which is correct. So everyone gets a point. I would say the most common one that we may think of when we think of Native American percussion is probably the powwow drum. The foot drum is less common in like modern Native American events or celebration or music making, but you probably see foot drums also in like historical Mexican music demonstrations where they're kind of tied to their ankles. It's really cool. You don't really see that elsewhere. But yes, moving on to question 10. Link Ray was a Shawnee tribe guitarist pioneer. In the 50s, his hit single Rumble helped popularize what technique on the guitar? Was the song Rumble known for the use of the power chord, the guitar solo, pinch harmonics, or the whammy bar? Link Ray, a very significant guitarist from the Shawnee tribe. Pretty big song back in the 50s called Rumble. And there was a certain aspect about it that was popularized. Was that A, power chord, B, guitar solo, C, pinch harmonics, or D, whammy bar? You can comment your guess in the comment section below. You can say A, B, C, or D, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. I'll give you guys a little more time to comment your guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see. Do we got any guesses for what is the technique that Link Ray popularized in his hit single Rumble? The correct answer is A, the power chord, which is a kind of more simplified version of a chord that you can play across the neck of a guitar. Yeah, very rockin' sound. I want to say the guitar solo was definitely around prior to the 50s. I don't think many people used pitch harmonics then. Pitch harmonics are kind of bending the string, but in certain parts of the guitar to kind of have a more exaggerated effect. And the whammy bar is that funny little rod on the side of where you strum the guitar, and it kind of bends all the strings to kind of make a a bendy effect. I don't know if the whammy bar was around in the 50s. It could have been. But yes, correct answer was A, power chord. So I don't think anyone got that one, but we will move on to question 11. Chuck Billy and Joey Belladonna are vocalists of Native American descent and within the thrash metal scene. Which bands are they in, respectively? Is it A, Testament and Anthrax, B, Megadeth and Exodus, C, Metallica and Municipal Waste, or D, Havoc and Slayer? Which two bands that we just listed relate to Chuck Billy and Joey Belladonna, who are vocalists of Native American descent and within the thrash metal scene? Is it A, Testament and Anthrax, B, Megadeth and Exodus, C, Metallica and Municipal Waste, or D, Havoc and Slayer? Okay, the correct answer is, or maybe I should give you a little time. I'll give you guys 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, the correct answer is A. So looks like everyone got that one correct. Good job. So got 1 point to Nat, 1 point to Trisha. We are still tied at 7-7. But yes, Chuck Billy is of Testament, and Joey Belladonna is of Anthrax. Yeah, great vocalists of Native American descent. All right, moving on to question 12. Which artist slash band has never performed during the Super Bowl halftime show? Super Bowl. I don't know who's in the lead right now in the whole football shebang. But I think they just announced the performers. It's like it's mostly like hip hop people. But anyways, which artist or band has never performed during the Super Bowl halftime show? Is it A, Coldplay, B, Garth Brooks, C, Red Hot Chili Peppers, or D, The Who? You can comment your answer, A, B, C, or D, of which band or artist has never performed during the Super Bowl halftime show. Coldplay, Garth Brooks, Red Hot Chili Peppers, or The Who? I'll give you guys a little more time to comment your answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, the correct answer is B. Garth Brooks has never performed. Which I think is kind of a surprise. I feel like he's a very big artist. He's one of the top selling artists. But maybe he's not the right demographic for Super Bowl, being kind of a more country artist. But yeah, Coldplay, Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Who, they've all played the Super Bowl halftime show. Okay, moving on. I think we have our last question here. All right, number 13. Name this song and artist. So I'm going to play the music, and you don't get an A, B, C, or D. You just gotta know it. You gotta type it out. And here's a hint: the song was written about the artist's mother, who was of Cherokee descent. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play it now. Okay, what do we think? Do we have the song title and artist name? Here's what I'll do. I'll give you guys 1 point for the song title and 1 point for the artist name. So you can at least get 1 point if you know maybe the artist. And that is our last question. So whoever gets this correct will be the winner. I will play it one more time. Or I'll continue to play it because it wasn't finished. Okay, and it may sound a little different than you guys are used to. That was a cover, so I think the cover artist kind of took a little liberty with the actual composition of the song. And you might actually recognize it further with the vocals. But I thought that may have been a giveaway. But from what I am seeing in the answers, is someone at least got the artist name first. So I will give a point to Trisha. That was Jimi Hendrix. The song title was called Castles Made of Sand. And it was written kind of about his life and his relationship with his parents, and I guess more so his mom, who, like we said earlier, was of Cherokee descent. And it kind of talks about that in the lyrics of just kind of like Native American life and struggle and whatnot. So, yes, 1 point to Trisha, who looks like she just won by 1 point. So, congratulations. That was our last question of the night. So, let me put up a little congrats for her. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's trivia night. I kind of like doing these different themes. Tonight was sort of a Native American theme, although not in totality. But yeah, maybe next month we'll kind of have a more holiday, winter seasonal theme. Since last time was Halloween, and this one was more Native American theme. But hooray, congrats to Trisha. And if you tuned in and just wanted to watch, that's totally fine. I hope you enjoyed. But feel free to comment and compete and play along next time. We will have trivia nights on the first and third Friday. Let me just double check that. First and third Friday of every month. And we have music gaming streams on the second and fourth Fridays of every month. Except next week. We won't do a music gaming session next week for the sake of Thanksgiving being the prior day. But maybe we'll have like a little concert stream up. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our Native American trivia night. And you guys all have a lovely rest of your night. Thank you.